Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Today feels really amazing. Normally, I am all set up and have done some clearing before I start lives, but today I'm not because I'm taking things slow and in the spirit of the feeling of today. So I'm just going to give anyone who's around a little bit of time to get on just because I didn't announce a time I was going to do this live. However, as always, the replay will be available for you. This is just some Palo Santo too, because we want to charge the environment around us as well. Beautiful. So now that we have our session clearing, our energy moving, I'm just going to place this over here. I have been talking to some new people recently, been inquiring about sessions and how I do things. So I thought it was time for me to put a video out there really explaining to you how things are done, my intuitive process, and what the parts of this journey have brought to me and how they can bring certain aspects to you. Now, I don't know if you can tell that my energy is very peaceful right now, if that makes sense. Actually, I owe that a lot to my husband. Yesterday was his birthday, and for his birthday, we just really did things how George would do things. And it was kind of life-changing for me. And it sounds so silly, but I really learned how to let go yesterday. You know, we did everything without a schedule. We did everything by just like the flow of what was going on around us, what we were feeling in the moment. And that is actually something, if you watched my video from the new moon that I was discussing, that I wanted to conquer, was kind of just like relaxing into everything I was doing, but still having that spontaneity, you know, without worry. And that is exactly what happened. Sorry if I just looked a little freaked out. My phone just like shifted and then stopped. It was a little strange, but actually nothing is strange to me anymore. So that is kind of the new path I am coming to with how I want to run my life. And I'm just so grateful for yesterday and being able to discover that, because that had something to do with my new moon and what I wanted to put out there and bring about. Also, what coincides with that is we all talk about stepping into our power and feeling it and recognizing it and knowing it's there. And these are all things that, you know, I've been able to feel, but not as intensely and as fluidly as over the last couple of days, since probably Monday, I would say. And I have absolutely realized the power that I truly hold, as a healer, as a witch, as a mystic, as goddess energy, as everything that I am. I posted a picture of the charging spell and things that I've been doing for the jars that I've been sending out to you. And during that spell, I did an abundance offering, and I was channeling Aphrodite, left her a gift, as well as Higate. And with her, I asked Higate to allow me to embody my true power and spirit through my practice of witchcraft, spirituality and magic and all of that. And I laid cinnamon for abundance as well. And since that day, I've really been opening myself up more, and doing ceremonies and speaking with the goddesses that I have been working with, and have seen insanely huge results, going from not knowing how I was really going to pay for things with all the stuff with my employer, to receiving probably upwards of $500 within the last 2 weeks, and alongside that, probably about the same $300 about this week or the other day, and all from outside sources that I wasn't suspecting. So there's just been this coincidence with the things that I've wanted to embody, what I've been putting into the universe, and having them all come to light. And I know that I went through my awakening, ascension. I've been doing all of these things for a year and growth-wise, but a main push on the new year as we came along it. And then the other day, I put a post out, if you saw it, about how I felt a big timeline shift coming. And in the last 2 days that has happened, I have realized I am an expert in my field and what I do. I have tremendous ability when it comes to helping harness universal power and apply that to the collective and helping others. I feel peace and balance within myself, which in itself is a tremendous shift of being. So in saying all of these things and recognizing this immense power that I actually hold, I have been communicating myself a little bit differently, actually completely differently, in a completely new, confident light, because always the things that I have done, I knew were producing results, but now I am aware of the influence and power that I have put forth to allow those results to come to light, and I am aware of my connection fully and my expertise in what I do, and my ability to absolutely, in a physical sense and a metaphysical sense, shift the collective and enhance the lives of those people I am working with. Even some of my readings that I did about this time last year, I'm seeing the people who I did them for have those predictions come to light and embrace those energies that a year ago, I was pulling inward and calling forward. So it's insanely hard to describe, but I am completely in my power, and I've completely realized how valuable the work that I do is, and how much I can truly help other people insanely shift their life. And I always knew it was there, but now I'm completely aware of my abilities and my power and my magic in every single sense of the term, and my divine connection to the elements around me, spirits that surround me, the energies that flow throughout the universe, and my confidence in being able to harness and release those to others. So in that light, I would like to reintroduce myself and really speak to you about how it is I conduct what I do and what our connection brings to the table. I also want to thank every single person that has been with me over the last year and has completely seen my process and my growth as to the depth of which I've been able to come to, and also the simplicity of what I've been able to uncover, and the authenticity in the fact that even when I was confused and didn't know what was going on, I was really open with everything I was feeling with everyone. So, my name is Jessica, and I am Divination Dreamer. Welcome to my page or my channel, depending on where you're tuning in from. As I began this video, and as I begin most videos, I know we have a bunch of new members in here recently. I was shuffling a deck of cards, and that has a lot to do. I'm going to explain to you my intuitive process when it comes to reading cards. But these are the 3 cards, 3 messages of the universe that need to come to our light in our communication in this video. So here we go. The first one, when I was talking about what was bringing to the universe and whatnot, is community and web weaving. This is the first card to come up as we talk about this. I know it's kind of hard to see with all the glares in my room, but that's beautiful. And that spiral, everything coming full circle and coming into recognition. Okay. The next card was the protection card. And that speaks a lot, because when you find your light, and when you think of the jack-o'-lanterns is the perfect example of protection. When you shine your light through whatever form you have, you are protecting yourself. And you can put that protection out there on your own by lighting that eternal flame. The final card is the werewolf, and that is exploring your wildness. And that is something that these last 3 days has absolutely brought to me. So I really wanted to introduce and talk to you about my process as an intuitive mentor, as a healer, and how all of those things really coincide and come together. So right now I'm going to talk about just my intuitive channeling through oracle cards and how that works if we make a connection. So a lot of people you will see put out their tarot spreads, oracle spreads, and that is how they base their readings and their messages that come forward. First of all, I do not use tarot cards. I use oracle cards, and I'll tell you the reasoning behind that. With tarot cards, I find that they more tell you an answer, okay? And with oracle cards, I find that they give an essence, they give a moment, they give a feeling, and from that feeling, you are able to come to light with your own understanding of the universe around you. So that's why I use oracle cards. Now, when we're speaking about the spreads, spreads are something I absolutely used to do. The more comfortable I've become with my power, I do not use spreads anymore. So how I do readings is exactly as I show you, except I'm not sitting on my bed. I will normally have a ceremonial space laid out. With those ceremonial spaces, I can't take it off my wall. I have a board that I use that is painted by myself, and it's Reiki infused. So that is something that I lay the cards on, so you have that little bit of extra power. So from this channeling, I shuffle the cards, and just like that, you saw 2 cards pronounce themselves. So those are the cards that needed to come forward. And this would be the same thing if I'm working for a client. I will meditate, and first what I will do before I start that shuffling process, step 1 is I clear the cards with a selenite wand, okay? And selenite is made of seawater. So basically what happens is I use my Reiki energy, I use the Reiki power symbols to connect and harness from the universe, and then I use the Reiki distance symbol to connect with your energy, and I begin to surrogate that energy, okay? So then the selenite wand is wiped over the deck to clear and charge the deck with the power of Reiki. Now the reason I use Reiki in all of my readings and any ceremony that I do, a ritual I perform for you, is because I'm able to harness this energy from the universe. And for me to send it to you activates that energy throughout your energy centers, which are the chakras, and your meridians, which are, you can think of them as energy blood vessels running throughout your body. Okay, so I send that Reiki energy to activate and make your body aware of this newfound energy, and maybe give some clearing and healing spirit to yourself. Because Reiki goes where it is needed. so your body will absorb and draw in that energy. Okay, then I shuffle the deck like I just did. From there, the cards come up. So in this shuffling, we have the Rebirth card. Okay, and we also have the Strength card. And what I would do from that point is, if I was feeling there were more messages to come through for the client, I would shuffle the deck again, begin the same process, and allow the cards to present themselves. If I feel the energy is absolutely aligned and finished addressing itself, what I would do then is sit and meditate on the cards, and from there I would go into my intuitive channel. And how I intuitively channel is by infusing a piece of paper with symbolism and channeling through scripting, which is channeling through handwriting. So that is something that I absolutely move into. And now when I send my channel to you to see, it is a picture of my authentic handwritten scripted channel. So you can really see the process, you can see the symbolism, you can feel the energy coming off of what your subconscious was addressing to you. Now, before any reading is conducted, the space is cleared, the room is cleared, and there is always something given to earth, water, air, and fire, the 4 elements of the universe, or of this earth, of the earthly plane, because that is where our universal energy is coming from Mother Gaia. So we need to lay our offerings and our thanks and blessings to her and to the elements and the directions in which they represent. If I'm calling upon any other energy to help me in my channeling, which I do for certain holidays or more adapted, rich personal rituals and ceremonies for people, I lay an offering to whatever deity, goddess or god, elemental, land spirit, whatever it is I am going to be asking for assistance from. I lay an offering for them, because we always want to show respect for the energies we're working with, especially. This is why I find it is so important to choose your practitioner wisely, to choose your intuitive wisely, because you have to know how to respect the energies that surround us in the universe and know that they are truly powerful and know that they are influential and have an effect on us, on the people we are working with. Just like with me, there are only 2 people who I've ever let read cards for me, because I need to know there's that trusting factor there. And that is one thing I really like to make clear with my audience, with my clients, is that that trust is a bond between us, and that is something I do not violate. I always make sure there is a circle of protection cast as well, especially during rituals and ceremonies, just to be sure that you, your home, and your family are protected, especially since a lot of the time the people I'm working with are looking to help heal their shadows and, cultivate a better understanding of maybe some energies they don't normally face. So we want to make sure there's that respected boundary that is there, and that protection in general. So that is the first type of reading that I do. And I did mention that I do hold ceremonies and rituals that are on a way, way deeper frequency and an illumination than just regular readings. Those are more of on a personal basis, and for big occasions that are coming, I will put things out for those as well. The next reading we're going to talk about is a pendulum reading, and I just realized that my pendulum is over on my altar. So let me just grab that very quickly, okay? So some of you may be wondering, who have been with me for a year, why you've never seen me talk about a pendulum reading before. And that is because this is something that I feel works. I needed to work with myself using a pendulum because of the different energies that it's subject to before I began using it with other people. So it is a form of dowsing, and dowsing is controlled by the energetic frequency that surrounds us and has the power to push certain objects around. Now, to use that correctly, or I have found, so this is why I haven't brought this to attention, you really have to be in a place within your subconscious mind, within yourself, to allow all energy to become unbiased and to really tap into the field that is surrounding you. So this is something that I've just started actually today with this Wellness Wednesday promo, putting out there and releasing to you, and this promo I think was a good way to put it out there if anyone is interested. So I am just going to show you how a pendulum works. We're going to do something really basic. Hope you're going to be able to see it on here because I do have a lot of lights and stuff. Let me first just take a drink really quickly. Gotta have the kombucha. Okay. So, pendulum. Pendulum is held incredibly still. Okay. You want to make sure you have as little movement as possible. Okay. So then you're going to say something like, show me yes. See how we have that vertical swing? Yes is vertical. You can see my hand was not moving. I just moved it now. You're going to stop, okay? Show me no. And you can see that it starts to swing horizontally for no, okay? It's hard for me to hold my arm up this high. Okay. Now let it stop again. Is my name Jessica? See how we have that forward and back motion for a yes? Okay. So this is how a pendulum reading works. So what's going to happen first is this is more of a specific sign of reading, and it's a more in-depth reading process. It's more of a ceremony because I need to unite with the energies around me. So the pendulum is held as your question is asked. Remember? Show me yes. Okay. See that back and forth swing? Show me no. Show me yes. Okay. So you ask your question, and it'll swing vertically for yes, horizontally for no. Now, I'm sorry, my nose just got so itchy. Which always happens when I use a pendulum too. So you're going to ask me a question. And if it swings vertically for yes, the cards that we pull in the same fashion, we're going to pull some cards. Normally it's 2 or 3 that come up. And those 3 cards are going to be essence cards of how we can amplify to bring that yes to life. Okay? If the answer is no and the pendulum swings horizontally, we will ask for guidance as to how to open a new door or where our opportunity will come from. Okay? And that is going to be by drawing the essence cards as well. I have construction going on in my building. I apologize. So that is how the pendulum reading works. Now, for all pendulum readings, the energy space is cleared beforehand. I meditate beforehand, and offerings and protection circles, again, are treated as such. So, I just lost my train of thought. Pendulum readings are treated more as a ceremony because we are working with a completely upfront energy with dowsing. I just find that there is a lot more that comes from it because we are diving into specific questions from the universe, so it's not a general overall, okay? So those are the two sessions and how they are conducted. I was speaking of the selenite wand. So this is the selenite wand I use in my readings. Now another thing that I offer are aura cleanses, okay? And chakra balancing sessions, healing sessions, basically a Reiki session, okay? And how we use that healing session is I channel your energy into my own body, so I am the surrogate for your energy. Protection circle is cast, all of the above like I was speaking of before. Selenite wand is ran down each side of the body. Now as you do this, the selenite will bump when you hit energy blockages or when you hit energy areas that need to be pulled forward or disturbances. You will actually feel, and I can hear within myself, the energy bump, okay? So those are the areas that you really want to focus on. So that's how this is done for an aura cleanse. Like I said, this is done around each side of the body. And then from there, in any areas where I can feel in your energy a deep energetic cord that needs to be pulled and cut, that is when the chakra wand is used. So through a psychic surgery situation, the energy is pulled and then cut with a chakra wand, okay? So I've really loved being able just to share with you those certain processes. So those are the three main types of a la carte type of sessions that I do for anyone who is interested. So we have the regular intuitive channel that we went over and discussed. We have how pendulum readings are done and discussed, and then how energy sessions are done and discussed, okay? Now, if you're looking for something a little bit more, I do offer a spiritual manual. And a spiritual manual is conducted based off of overall messages of your subconscious. So an intuitive reading is done alongside an aura cleanse. And from those two energy sessions, I meditate and examine what has been brought to life, and I create for you your own guide to intuitively work with your energy and spirit to heighten your awareness and to bring to light a deeper understanding. So what this is going to include is the channel from your session. It's also going to include mantras that I feel are going to work for you to really amplify your voice and your frequency of energy that you emit into the world. There's also going to be self-discovery journaling prompts in there for you that really allow you to pick your own spirit, to get in touch and really communicate with your intuitive nature, okay? There's also going to be frequency raising activities. So these are going to be things that you can actually go out into the world and do, or do around your home, or complete, that are really going to allow you to bring that frequency raising energy into your day-to-day. As well, in this manual, what you're going to receive are some crystal, oil, and herb suggestions to add into your different practices. So maybe into your yoga or meditation, or some herbs you can add into cooking, or oils for your diffusers and things like that, that are really going to help bump up those essences and energies that you are seeking within yourself, and just to provide a more full experience. Also, in this manual, you are going to have information on any celestial events that could be major in affecting the time frame you are working with the manual, as well as some lunar activities you can do. And if you have any pagan holidays or celebrations coming up in that time frame, there will be information on that as well. These guys are meant to be worked through within a month's time is what I set them up as. So it is pertaining to the next 30 days of energy. Personally, now you can work on this as long as you want. Some people do them by season, so spring equinox, Yule, winter solstice, summer solstice, fall equinox, those things. Some people do them by season. Some people do them by month. I only formulate them for You know, I formulate them to give you enough to work with in a month's time, to really, if you really want to get in touch with yourself and really expand, because after 30 days, you start to form these habits, and then in 90 days, you see the fruition of these habits coming to life. So with these experiences, you can definitely sign up to have all 3 months done at one time. And these manuals, if you have gotten a manual over the last year, this is a completely different spiritual manual experience. This is new for 2020. This is a more in-depth guide to you. Also, with this spiritual manual, there is an option to have it be an interactive one-on-one experience with myself instead of all work for you. So how we would do that is we would schedule a call, since it's, you know, designed for a month's period of time. We would schedule a bi-weekly call, so one every other week, and during that time we will work through certain aspects of the manual, and you can talk about anything that's come up your own time, any questions you've had from parts that you've gone through already. So basically, you can do the manual completely on your own, or there is an option to make it more of an intuitive mentorship program. So you will be working, I will be working through it with you, and in specific order, time frame, all of that, to really get you moving. Because like I was stating about this whole awakening process that I've had in the last 3 days, since probably February 10th, February 14th era, every single day I have been getting my spiritual maintenance taken care of, and really tuning in. And this tuning in has led to a complete, you know, forthcoming and acceptance and responsibility to myself and to others, because I now am in this period of my absolute knowing of power and my abilities and what I'm able to put and give to you. So the spiritual manual experience is something that is just becoming more and more of a life-changing tool, because when we begin to work with ourselves and commit, we have these huge revolutionary breakthroughs. And that's why I really am going to start talking about the importance of these routine spiritual maintenance periods. Like I've said, there is a lot to be said about taking care of your spiritual well-being regularly. It is really great, no matter when you come for insight, to do so, and to be a part of it all. However, only coming every now and then when there's a specific question isn't going to give you the full long-term effects as with working, you know, in totality with that and making it part of a routine that you do and a habit that you create within yourself and within your mind. So spiritual manuals are going, if you haven't had one, I absolutely have confidence in saying by working through one in 1 month, you will definitely see changes occurring within yourself. For doing them 3 months in a row, especially interactively with me. Some people aren't interactive people. When I do my spiritual work, I am not an interactive person. I am very on my own with it. So for me, that's what works. But doing it interactively, if you're someone that needs a little bit more explanation or more guidance in that, or has more questions than someone who was more okay doing it on their own, the interactive way is going to absolutely skyrocket your confidence in your own spiritual nature and self. Doing them for 3 months in a row, I can almost guarantee you will see huge shifts if you commit 100%. And that's the biggest thing too, is you have to commit to your well-being. I am 100% committed to helping you. You need to 100% commit as well. And like I said, 1 month you will start to see shifts working with this. If you do this 3 months fully in a row, you will see your whole world begin to change around you, and your whole awareness of self and life and interaction and communication change around you. So March is already in full swing booking for these experiences. We do have Astara, which is happening in March, which is the spring equinox. So that is a huge celebration. So be sure to start looking into what you want to begin embracing within your spiritual routine, spiritual maintenance. We have gone over how I do my intuitive readings, how I do my pendulum readings, how I conduct your aura cleanses, and what the spiritual manual has and what it is based off of, which are the energy sessions that we put forward and that we just discussed. So it's been an absolute pleasure to sit here and talk with you all and share about this experience that I've had and reintroduce myself in the most magical essence and 100% confidence in my ability to help you change your fucking life, like for real. So anyone, please reach out. One thing I do want to put out there for 2020, you need to have your consent form sent to me if we are going to be conducting energy exchanges together, as well as your generic medical background sent for me. The reason that I put this out there is if you have any serious injury or anything electronic in your body, that is something that I should know about. So these are 2 forms for 2020. As my client base rises and as my healing practice is becoming bigger, there are some things that I need to personally put out there, and those are things such as the energy consent form and as the medical background form. Also, there's a client payment contract form which outlines how cancellations are done, how late fees are held, invoicing is done, and payment plans are done. All of those are going to be available underneath the files tab in this group. I do have to update the payment contract. The payment contract you will see in there is outlined specifically for the Universe's You Healing Bundle, which is the bundle that I put out there where I really take care of your spiritual maintenance for the whole month for you. And that's the contract that is in there right now. However, if you read that over, you'll be able to see the gist of things. It's just going to be different numbers based on what you're doing. But the same policies apply for late fees and for cancellations and everything of the sort. Also, another thing is scheduling is going to start to become something that is very important to do, just because of the amount of clients that I am bringing in. I always make time for everyone that I absolutely can. However, in this form of being, I do want to let you all know Monday, Tuesdays, I am not here. It is mine and my husband's day. So those are the days that I take to just spend with him and to do what the universe is intending for me and, separate everything that goes on, because we all really need to take care of ourselves as well. And me being in a good spirit and a good time and a good everything like that allows for a more powerful experience for you all. So thank you so much for joining me. If you are part of the Shadow Portal, new content is going to be added to that module very, very soon again. If you have any questions at all, please reach out. I will be monitoring the comments on this once I have signed off, so I can answer any questions that pertain to sessions, scheduling, contracts, anything of the sort. Thank you so, so much, folks. Have an absolutely fantastic day.